Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thanks for your attention. Let me introduce my group. We are from group 1, which consists of 1. Siti Zurfiani Devi, 2. Nur Intan Junaidi, 3. Putri Fatia Zahra, and 4. Muhammad Furkan or me. We will explain about redox method. To save time, I will just leave it to the presenter.
Let's look at a few examples of exothermic reactions. Take a matchbox and strike the matchstick on its side. The matchstick burns, giving out a lot of heat. Let's watch this dramatic example of an exothermic reaction. The dehydration of sugar with concentrated sulfuric acid. Let's take some sugar in a beaker. Add 8 to 10 drops of water to the sugar in the beaker and stir it well with glass rod to moisten it. Now measure 30 ml of concentrated sulfuric acid in a measuring jar and add the acid to sugar. Stir quickly. See that acid covers sugar. Stand back and observe. Sugar starts changing color and finally turns black and rises in a column, releasing steam and a pungent smelling gas. The black mass left behind is sugar charcoal, a form of pure carbon. This dehydration process is a highly exothermic reaction, turning water content to steam. It's time to look at some endothermic reactions now. As you know, these reactions absorb heat energy. Look at how an egg is fried on a pan. When we break an egg on a heated pan, heat is absorbed by the egg and the liquid parts turn solid. Remember, it is always not necessary to have a dip in temperature, but many endothermic reactions require constant supply of heat till the reaction gets over. Let us understand another reaction where there is absorption of heat. Pour about 50 ml of vinegar into a beaker. Place a thermometer in it and note down the temperature. Now carefully add 2 or 3 spoonsful of baking powder into vinegar. Instantaneous reaction with brisk effervescence takes place and the solution almost fills the beaker. Stir the solution and note the temperature at the end of the reaction. During this reaction, heat is absorbed and temperature reduces.
Exothermic and endothermic reaction. Depending on the observation of evolution of heat energy, we can classify reaction to type: exothermic and endothermic. Exothermic reaction describe a process that release energy in the form of heat. This reaction is accompanied by transfer of heat from the system to the surroundings. This means that the heat is released by the system to its surrounding. Example, burning of fuel is exothermic. Endothermic reaction describes a process of reaction that absorb energy in the form heat. This reaction is accompanied by the transfer of heat from the surroundings to the system. This means that the heat is absorbed by the system from the environment, so that there is decrease in temperature. Example is melting of ice and evaporator of water. Terima kasih.
A few examples of exothermic reaction. First, take a matchbox and strike the matchstick on inside. The matchstick burns, giving out a lot of heat. This happens an increase in temperature. The chemical create an exothermic process, which creates heat in the form of a flame. Lighting a match is also an example of converting chemical energy into heat. Two dramatic examples of exothermic reaction: dehydration of sugar with concentrated sulfuric acid. See that as it covers sugar, stand back and observe sugar start changing color and finally turns black and releases in the column solution stream and a fusion smelling gas. The black mass left behind is sugar's purple, a form of future carbon. This dehydration process is a highly exothermic reaction during water content testing. See how eggs are fried on a frying pan. When we crack an egg on a heated frying pan, the heat is absorbed by the egg and the liquid part becomes solid. Remember, there is always no need for a drop temperature, but many endothermic reactions require constant supply of heat till the reactions get over another reactions where there is reaction of vinegar and baking soda. Note the temperature at the end of the reaction. During this reaction, heat is absorbed and temperature reduces. Therefore, the reactions of baking powder with vinegar is an endothermic reaction.
Well, that was our group presentation on reduction and oxidation reaction or redox. That's all from us. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and thank you very much.